Straight up, Winnie has caused me so much grief this year. There has been so many things go catastrophically wrong. I don't even know where to start with it all, to tell you. If you've been following our channel, you'll recall that we mucked around with split rims and went with modern one-piece rims. We had to stuff around with the rear wheel nuts to make them fit properly. Then the tyre shop destroyed our wheel trims with their rattle guns, so we had to replace those. Then remember we had a roof leak, so we restored the whole roof of Winnie. Took us months to do it. Well, it leaked again, very badly, and caused a lot of damage. I hadn't sealed some joints properly, so we had to strip all the roof back and rubber seal it this time. Then, back in episode 106, the exhaust brake kept blowing a fuse, and I thought it was just a fuse. What unfolded was many weeks of chasing wiring back, replacing pedal switches, replacing wiring. We just couldn't, not for the life of us, find the problem and why it was shorting out. It even had a few auto electricians stumped. I ended up stripping the whole dashboard out and stripping out the whole wiring harness from our beloved Winnie. Want to know what it was? A rubbed out wire. Then he started leaking engine coolant, from where I have absolutely no idea. I meticulously replaced so many parts of the cooling system on this motor, only for the coolant leak to persist. It's got me beat. Our diesel heater stopped working, the starter motor gave up the ghost, the flywheel needed replacing, our new heavy-duty suspension springs sagged and I just didn't know how to fix them. So I was like, you know what, I'm done. I am absolutely, totally exhausted with this thing, to the point where I just want it out of my life. But Chloe made me promise several times that we won't sell Winnie, because we love Winnie. Our fondest family memories have been made in Winnie. And how do you sell that? Because if we sell him, then he's gone forever. So I've had to really pull out every single molecule of mechanical prowess that I have, write a to-do list, and just work through all of the problems and hopefully get to the end. Now, I want to ask you all something. Have you ever been in a job where you have found yourself absolutely, totally exhausted and depleted in that occupation? Where you have given that job your all for a decade, but now you feel like you could not do that job for 2 minutes longer? Where you now feel sick at the sound of your alarm clock of a morning, because you know you are quite literally going into hell that day. Anybody that has found themselves in a job where it was affecting them so greatly, where it was robbing them of all their goodness and all of their self-worth, well, they will know what I'm talking about. Collectively, with my job and the issues with Winnie, I won't deny it, it was all getting on top of me. I mean, how much can a koala bear, right? Okay, so by now, you're probably wondering, why am I telling you all this? What's this got to do with Camp Winnie? This is the Travel Channel. Well, it has everything to do with this channel. Our trips, our whole journey with this family. I felt I had to step down from my role where I was working, as it wasn't a healthy place for me to be, and to deal with the issues with Winnie. I thought the only thing to do was to take some time away and do a road trip from my Sydney home up to Queensland and get these repairs done on Winnie and just make him the best he has ever been. Because the only thing that makes me truly happy is this. But first, I needed to go and find a man who we all met travelling a few years ago. A man who told me that travelling Australia full time will ruin my life. In a good way. And it has. It makes total sense now. To go from something so wonderful and so wholesome, travelling Australia with the people that you love and the people that love you, was euphoric. Then to go back into a workplace that was just so unbearably cold. I can't describe how that contrast feels. I left my family and I drove for days on my own, reflecting on, well, everything really. My overactive mind drags me down sometimes, and I don't mean it to be that way, but you do ponder how you made the mistakes that you have made. And I know you'll make them anywhere you are in life. I made a mistake staying in a job that I hated for so long and retracted away from who I truly was. I let it rob me of me, and I'll kick myself for it for years. But my boss took me aside recently and had a good chat with me about life and its pitfalls. And he told me of this book he'd once read, the Book of the Samurai. In the book, the samurai said when he was young, he kept a diary of regret, and he tried to record his mistakes day by day. But there was never a day when he didn't have 20 or 30 entries in the book. And as there was no end to it, he gave up. Every day when he'd go to bed thinking about his day, he realised that there was never a day when he didn't make a mistake. So, you see, living without mistakes is truly impossible. So, time to go and find this individual, confront him, and ask him to explain. Well, first day on the road, no dramas. It went exceptionally well. I left Sydney this morning at 8:30. It's just gone about 6 o'clock, bit of a big day. So I've arrived in the Nambucca Heads region, specifically at a little country town called Taylor's Arms. Now tonight, for $5, I'm camped behind the Taylor's Arms Hotel. And check this out, hey? $5. Now, when you're camping, you're going to come across a litany of useless stuff. Hey, there's the A to Z of stuff you can buy these days, but in the whole realms of things that are useless, inflatable dartboards, waterproof tea bags, fireproof matches, ashtrays for motorcycles, ejector seat for helicopters, fly screen windows for submarines. But of all the useless stuff in your life, there's one that takes the cake. Because the Taylor's Arms Hotel is affectionately known as the pub with no beer. Now, how useless is a pub with no beer? Yes, the old Slim Dusty, famous pub with no beer. Now, there's a few pubs with no beers around Australia that infamously claim that they're the pub that Slim Dusty sang about all those years ago. I don't really know which one he was singing about, but this is the best. Of course they have pub across the road, because I was going to say, when I arrive, that'll all change. I've got eskies full of the stuff in my motorhome. Seriously, I have. You know me by now, right? Of course I have. Oh, it's actually good to be back on the road. Seriously, even if I'm not with Lise and Jess and Chloe. say something. I have brought one family member to keep me company on the road. Hey, haven't I, mate? A pub with no beer. What a load of nonsense. Oh, and when you travel for a certain length of time and get to know the travelling community, the more you do it, the smaller that world becomes. What the hell am I talking about? Look who I have bumped into here in Nambucca Heads. Okay? At the Taylor's Arm. Hello, mate.
How you going, mate?
You remember our mate Mel from lap 1 4 years ago. Anyway.
Oh, easy that.
Mel's going to have a few schooners later. Get on.
You reckon?
And there's Terry. Mel and Terry are dear friends from, well, I don't really know where they're from anymore. Victoria, originally? But now you're basically from Australia.
Pakenham Upper in Victoria.
Pakenham Upper in Victoria. I said to you guys once, how long have you been on the road? You said 16 years. I said, how many times you lapped Australia? And you went 16 times. Cheers to that. I'm going to put the cameras down for the day. It's been a big day driving. And
18th lap now.
Go again?
We're on our 18th lap.
18th lap of Oz.
Yep.
Do they get better and better, or are they getting a bit sort of...
No, we're not bored at all.
No?
Absolutely. We're not dizzy, so we keep going.
No, come here in the light for a second. Just to clarify something, I said to my mate Mel once, Mel, when will you stop travelling? And with a smile on that face like you've got right now, you said, when will I stop travelling? The day I lay down on the ground and stop breathing. That's when I'll start travelling.
That's it. That's it, mate.
All right, mate. Let's have a yarn. I'm
Right.
going to get my chair and pack the camera gear away for the evening. See you tomorrow, lads. Good night. So I filled up yesterday afternoon at the BP Roadhouse at Ballina, northern New South Wales. And I sat in the truck for a good hour ringing around showgrounds and campgrounds. There was nothing available. So I just stayed here. Because there was a few other motorhomes, caravans, a few other RVs. There's a dump point right here at the service station car park, believe it or not. So I just stayed here. One peculiar thing I've noticed, a lot of homeless. When you walk around and get talking to them, and you can just tell. Now, this is a first. Check this out. A little Kia Rio. I mean, a Kia Rio, it's on a caravan, that the transmission in that thing must be having an internal hemorrhage. But getting back to this homelessness thing, it really struck me. It's just the other side of life with RVs, isn't it? But look, no one spoke to us. This guy here, in that far motorhome, he said he's been here a week, living here. And no one said anything. So we're going to hit the road today. We'll cross over to the Queensland border. My little mate's going well. Come on, aren't you, mate? Hey? Want a coffee? A coffee cat. Alright. Can't come out. Can't come out, little miss. Stay in. Whilst I don't think that Mal and I solved any of the world's problems the other night, it dawned on me that some of the most contented people I know were the ones living on the road permanently. Oddly enough, even those homeless seemed at peace with it all. Absolutely pouring rain here in Burpengary. It was 39 degrees yesterday and pouring rain today. And for some reason, my battery system's blacked out. I've lost power. I was lucky to get the water out of the tap for this, and it went thump, and she shut off. I have no idea why we keep getting blackouts. We've got new batteries, new system. I kill the fridge at night to try and save power, and it's just me up in the loft on my phone, death scrolling in the dark. It's just guzzling power like a V8 Cadillac. I can't even use my navigation system. Can't charge my phone. I'll have no reversing cameras. And I'm going to fight peak hour traffic this morning, get into this suspension shop. Alright.
Smoking rooms wherever you are. It's just about closing time. Didn't we just wanna go? Putting the world on the line.
Hello, mate. How you going, buddy?
Good, mate. How are you?
All the better for seeing you.
What a trip, eh?
Good to see you, brother.
Let's get you over a beer, eh?
Right, yep.
Time. Misery is taking me home. Ever since the day you left, didn't we almost find out?
You know the problem with Queensland?
Just about one day and having the next.
Too many Queenslanders.
Out this one last time.
Cheers to good friendships, brother.
Yes, mate.
Travelling mates. See?
Glad you made it up.
Travelling Australia and making friends around every state of this country, and then you reconnect with them, it clears your head.
It does.
I need this.
Well, it makes it a bit cloudy.
The friendship, not the beer. But I need it. Yep. The head cleanser. The friendship, not the beer.
Our heads are clear at the moment. Don't think they're going to stay that way.
No. In about an hour, I'll hit record again. We'll see how clear my head is. We're not selling merch, by the way. We just had them made just for some special friends.
I am very special. Look at this.
No, they call me special.
It all feels the same. I just wanna cry my heart out this one last time. One last time.
Okay, an update on the main character of this story, Winnie. I called through Brisbane and had the leaf springs all upgraded, and now time to get the heaviest truck shock absorbers I could find. I met Graham of Thumper Shocks near Harvey Bay. He was the only man for the job. Here's a guy with some real understanding of the science behind suspension. a master of his craft.
Basically got nothing in it.
Nothing, yeah.
He showed me how useless my old shocks were compared to his, and they were incomparable.
And that's what controls why it stops this shit.
Even the body of them is,
Yeah. And that's all 1/8 walk.
You know what? It was actually good to be in a bloke's workshop, fixing my old truck, talking bloke stuff, and just hanging out.
So see, that gives us our 50 mil at the bottom. That's your gas button. So it moves about 15 mil up.
So useless,
Yeah.
monstrous.
Yeah, big. The oil goes down there on your compression through these ports, out underneath that shim there, and then back through here and out under there for your rebound. Pressure and chamber controls the amount of compression. You can change the pressure up and down to get soft or hard by changing the pressure of them.
Turns out, 82-year-old Graham was also a big petrol head. I told him he reminded me of Burt Munro from The World's Fastest Indian. Very knowledgeable and a bit of a character.
Separates the oil from the gas. You have a valve body like the one I showed you there that the oil goes through both.
After a discussion about the places we take this motorhome, Graham set to work, like an old scientist in his lab, and custom built Winnie's shocks from scratch, taking 2 days. I actually found it all quite fascinating. Job done. Really happy with them, mate. And I love the masculine name. Thumper Shocks. Not toothpicks. Thumper Shocks.
We should have the kangaroo on there because Thumper, I think, is
Thumper.
is a bit of a nickname for a big buck kangaroo.
Right. Is that where you got it from?
Yeah.
It's almost like you're going to bash someone over the head with them. I'll tell you what, just holding them, the weight of them compared to the ones that I pulled off Winnie, are, I'm going to say they're twice the weight. And thanks, buddy. This is my pride and joy. I love it. It's a keeper. I don't mind spending a little bit of coin on Winnie because I do love him. And these are going to see some action, mate.
Yeah, no, that's good.
It's not a four-wheel drive, our motorhome, but I tell you what, we're not shy to take it off-road anywhere and everywhere. We're not stupid, but we push limits. We've taken this thing into places where it probably shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I knew about you, buddy, and let's get them on.
No worries. Beauty. Thank you.
I've always said about our channel, it's not about us, it's about the people and the places. A tiresome quote, yes I know, but if you're travelling Australia, I've seen it all the apparatuses. Caravans, motorhomes, jet skis, people towing caravans, off-road motorhomes, boats, you name it, I've seen it all. This is my very first. Meet Greg and Jackie from Queensland, and they have, I can't get my head around it. It's called a motorhome. What the hell am I talking about with a motorhome? This thing Did I just say it's like a James Bond villain
Pretty
contraption?
much, yeah.
What the hell is it, and who makes it?
Oh, well, they're made in Caloundra in Queensland by a company, MOTORHOME, and it doubles as a boat and a caravan. And you
Right.
can use them as both.
So you've got your Mazda here.
Yes.
You pull up at the marinas or wherever the hell it is you go, and away you go.
Yeah,
Pretty
we
much.
just
Launch
Yeah.
it.
launched the motorhome and
So for you guys, no tinnies, no fishing boat.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Off you go.
Off
Yep.
you go.
Yeah.
How far out can you go in this contraption?
Well, it's only in smooth water.
partial smooth.
Partial
it's
smooth
rated
water.
for partial smooth. So anything like in Brisbane, round the Broadwater, or in river systems,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Can I tell you guys, wow. Motorhome. When my mate Gary here pointed this thing out to me, I was blown away. Look, mate, thanks for saying good day. I really appreciate your time. And sometimes people with this sort of taste in travelling, they're one-offs. They're one-offs.
Yeah.
So thanks for the
Thank you.
opportunity
No
for me to
worries.
come and
Not
say
a problem.
hello
Nice
and talk
meeting you.
about... Yeah, you too, mate.
No worries.
All right, travel safe.
Thanks,
Okay,
mate.
thank you very much.
See you
Bye.
guys.
Well, big day, been on the roads all day driving, and I've pulled up at a little town called Alstonville. It's not far out of Ballina, and I'm at the Alstonville Showground. The Alstonville Agricultural Society Showground, to be specific. There's a few other campers around, which is always a good thing. I've pulled up, it's $30 a night, power and water. They've even got their own dump point here at the showground. So I've cleaned my toilet, filled my water tanks, emptied my grey water. I'm hooked up to power. Not a bad little spot. Just had a call from the girls back home. Well, Lisa and Jess. Chloe's away on a year 6 school camp at the moment, and I would have loved to have seen her off on that. Not to be, so she won't even be home when I get home.
I miss Bonnie.
I miss the girls like crazy, and Jess finished her HSC exams today, and she's kicked ass. Not bad for a kid that was homeschooled on the road for 2 of her 6 high school years, hey? Yep, HSC finished, done and dusted, end of an era. So, and she's at home now, having a alcoholic beverage with Lise. She's 18, so I cracked a beer for her.
Cheers, I am done. Finished school officially.
I'm pretty bummed I can't be there for her for that one too. But you know, I've been involved with my kids' life their whole lives. Every waking facet of their lives I've been there. So I really haven't missed much at all. Yeah, she's been a trip of some pretty deep thinking. This road trip, this let's go and get Winnie repaired trip. On my front though, the good news is we copped some really heavy Queensland storms when I was up there. And if Winnie was ever going to be tested for water tightness, it was those few nights, and it hasn't leaked a drop. So that's fixed. I've fixed the engine leak. I've fixed the rear suspension. And as you saw, the shocks are done. It's going good. I think I've pulled Winnie out of his mechanical coma, and I think he's back on track. I'm just obsessed with getting this thing better and better and better. So there we go. Cheers, Jess. Your dad is absolutely proud as punch. Couldn't be prouder. And you're living proof. You're living proof, darling, that you can be homeschooled and kick some serious ass. As you've probably noticed during this road trip,
look what they're in.
I've dropped in and visited some of our friends that we've met travelling, and this is where society should be. Investing your time in where it means the most, you know, family and friends and yourself. Just thinking of a movie. I always talk about movies, I know. Bill Murray did a movie years ago called Groundhog Day. And I'd heard so much about this movie that Jess and I only watched it in recent years. And I could see it was made with the intention of being a dark comedy. But it's so, you can relate to it so much, it's actually quite depressing. It's a movie about a man who gets up every day and every day seems like exactly the same as it was yesterday and the day before that. I think the biggest message in that film is don't be society's slave. I think I've got to resign from my job, eh? The girls will see this video in years to come. Look, they will see this video now and it may not really mean that much to them. But boy, oh boy, when they reach my age, this video will have a whole new meaning when they watch it then. I'm sure about that. I'm actually quite excited. I'm okay. Said to Lisa on the phone the other night, look, it's not like I've, you know, lost both legs or, you know, I've just been given 6 months to live or something. Stepping out of a job that you hate is easy. You just fill out a form and resign and the problem's gone. So really, the future's exciting. I'm actually excited about the big change and onwards and upwards to bigger and greater things. I'll keep you posted.